and said that President William Ruto lied to you. How so?
Well, he didn't just lie to me, he lied to all Kenyans.
Rigathi Gachagua finally speaks out in an explosive KTN interview. From his days with Uhuru Kenyatta to his fallout with President William Ruto, the deputy president opens up like never before. What really happened between Kenya's top leaders? Stay tuned as we uncover shocking truths, political betrayals, and personal regrets in the next few moments. The interviewer began by asking Gachagua about his early relationship with former President Uhuru Kenyatta. Gachagua smiled and revealed how he worked as Uhuru's personal assistant from 2001 to 2006.
Was it working for Uhuru Kenyatta?
No, I worked for President Uhuru Kenyatta from the year 2001 to 2006. I was his personal assistant in charge of politics and political mobilization, and we had a very good time. And the journey we started with him, his first bid in 2002 did not come through. We knew it wouldn't. It was actually a strategy to anchor him for better things later. And when we didn't make it, we stayed together in the opposition. Along the way, we consulted our people back home, and they were of the opinion that he should not oppose President Mwai Kibaki. We should support Mwai Kibaki, a decision he made in 2006. It was a good decision, and it paid off. And Mwai Kibaki became president, and he was appointed deputy prime minister. And we pushed on, and he became president for 10 years. And I was part of that journey, and it's a journey that I'm proud of.
He proudly described helping Uhuru grow from a private businessman to the president of Kenya, calling it one of the greatest achievements of his career. "I helped make a president," he said confidently. Next, the interviewer asked why Gachagua broke ranks with Uhuru Kenyatta after years of loyalty. Gachagua calmly explained that their deal had simply ended. Uhuru had finished his 10-year presidency, and it was time for him to move on.
Just fast forward to 2022, you break ranks with former President Uhuru Kenyatta, and a lot is said during that campaign period. Just what happened for you to break ranks with Uhuru Kenyatta?
Our arrangement with him was over. We had wanted him to be president for 10 years, and he was president for 10 years. It was time to move on and move into other political ventures. So there was really no issue, because when we joined hands in 2001, and we had an agreement that he wanted me to assist him to be president of Kenya, and I did, and he became president, and he was having his second and final term. So the contract was over, and he was proceeding on retirement. I had to move on and pursue my ambition elsewhere.
He said there was no personal conflict, just a completed mission. The contract was over, he said, adding that he needed to pursue new ambitions. The interviewer pressed further, asking if Gachagua really believed President William Ruto lied to him. Gachagua didn't hold back. He said Ruto lied not only to him, but to all Kenyans. He called Ruto a very deceptive leader who promised impossible things. Even bishops and business people were fooled, Gachagua said, adding that he now feels a duty to correct the damage done.
President William Ruto lied to you. How so?
Well, he didn't just lie to me, he lied to all Kenyans. You know, this country is where we are because unknowingly we elected a very deceptive leader, a guy who lies without blinking on very simple things, very simple, even where you need not lie. Like he can bring a machine to make 1 million chapatis a day, will bring cars without an engine, you know, will give diapers to everybody. We were all victims of deception. And sometimes I feel like blaming myself for being duped, despite thinking that I'm a smart guy. But when I look at the number of Kenyans who are duped, bishops, reverends, pastors, businessmen, great men and women of this country, I don't blame myself. I think the guy was just a super con man.
Asked if he regretted the harsh words he used against Uhuru during campaigns, Gachagua laughed. He said, "Campaigning is never personal. It's a tough game. It's not a wedding or a church service," he joked. "Once elections end," he explained, "the insults are forgotten. That's politics," he said, reminding viewers that even Uhuru and Raila later became friends after fierce fights. The interviewer challenged Gachagua, asking why he allowed himself to be duped instead of standing his ground. Gachagua replied firmly that he was not the only one. "Over 7 million Kenyans were fooled," he said. He added that he now feels a heavy responsibility to fix what went wrong and help the country recover from what he called a con game.
Things that he said against Raila Odinga, then they came and patched up and they worked together. Look at William Ruto. He called Raila all sorts of names, Muganga, Nini, Kitendawili. Today they are calling each other brothers. When people are campaigning and they use words here and there against each other, it's part of the game, and there is nothing really personal.
Yeah. You say
all of us were duped. He was voted in by 7.2 million votes. I was just one of them. What about the other 7.1999? They were all duped. So it cannot just be Rigathi Gachagua who was duped alone. It was very many of us, and that is why many of us, plus others, are looking for an opportunity to have a remedy to that situation. That we were duped, we were conned, and we need to correct that situation again through the vote. Now we are wiser, we know better. They say, you can fool some people sometime, but you can't fool all the people all the time. That con game by William Ruto is over. Kenyans are wise. They know, they see, they hear, and they all know that they were conned. And why probably I take a very active role in correcting this mess we are in is because I played an even greater role in putting the country in this mess we are in, because I really campaigned for the guy. I was all over convincing people, talking to them.
Finally, the interviewer asked about his one-term slogan and whether Kenyans also want him gone. Gachagua smiled and said the slogan came from the people. He claimed Kenyans are tired and want Ruto out. "I listen to the people," he said proudly, explaining that wherever he goes, thousands show up without payment. He believes he's now part of the solution, not the problem. As the interview wrapped up, the atmosphere grew intense. Gachagua's tone mixed regret with determination. His words left Kenyans questioning. Was this honesty or strategy? Has he truly changed, or is it another political game? The nation is watching closely. Stay tuned for part 2 of this revealing conversation. You won't believe what comes next.